Well, hi again guys, and welcome back to Dent Station, episode 18 is it? Something like that. It will be timetable running between 10 PM 11 PM, and this will be the final run for a little while. There's a couple of projects on the go, one very disruptive, so I'll talk you through that shortly. The other one that I've been working on, which has delayed any running, is I have made a fret, or had an etched fret made, should I say. Conflat L wagons. Nice little wagon. You can't get it as a unit these days. You have to buy the containers which carried limestone back in the day. You have to buy them off eBay or somewhere like that, and use just an old conflat wagon to give the look. The original wagon which Hornby, Triang Hornby made back in the 60s, 70s, perhaps into the 80s. The wagon itself is it's crude, so there's no way that's getting used on here. But the containers, not a bad representation. I believe Gem did them for a number of years now. Whether they're still around, I don't know. I've got about 30 of these, so I can do 10 or I think it's 30 or 33 of them. But the problem with it is they look okay like that, but they look better like that. So these turnbuckles, which hold them down in real life, pretty difficult to put together. So you get an etch for a turnbuckle, you have a loop either end and a hook either end. So there you've got 5 components just to make one. This needs 12. So it really is time consuming, and when you've got 10, thinking about having 10 wagons to do, it was just off-putting. So I've done 2 wagons, and they look fine, but I'll tell you what, nightmare. So I've designed this etch, and it does a complete side. You basically take it off the brass sheet, just tweak it into position, glue it. I've used a bit of brass black on it to darken it, and that'll be getting further detailed. And it made life a lot easier, shall we say. So with a bit of luck, I'm hoping to actually market these at some point. It's just getting time. Time is of great concern. I've never ever got time on my hands. So I'll show you that later on a bit closer, and I'll show you the etch, etc. But I'll put this away now for the time being. But the big thing that's holding things up now, major changes. The layout not being touched. The layout itself stays exactly as it is. Quite happy with that. I'll run that till the day I pop my clogs, that's fine. The other side, the fiddle yard, because I'm running timetables, each train basically runs through the station 3 or 4 times, gets taken off, put away. So why have a fiddle yard? Doesn't make sense anymore. This will be the 4th incarnation of the fiddle yard since I built this. It was originally down here, and it ran up spirals each end. It was okay, but there was problems getting the trains up the hill, and there was problems with the trains came down the hill. So that got changed. The fiddle yard got put in the adjacent garage room as an end-to-end with half here, half in there. Too awkward to operate. It wasn't comfortable to operate. So that got changed. This was put in here last year as a run round again. Far easier to operate, quite happy with it since that period. But now that the trains are running to timetable and not just being left on for a few months and something changed here and there, these are getting changed daily, 4 times a day sometimes. So it seems a bit pointless, all this wasted space. So the idea is I'm going to make a totally independent scenic section, and it will have nothing to do with Dent, nothing whatsoever. The trains will still be the same trains running through it, that's irrelevant. But it will give me some operating potential to enjoy some shunting moves. I used to do it all the time and I got fed up with it. Well, now I'm just fed up watching trains going around in circles again, so I'm back to having a little bit of shunting and whatever. So there'll be a little, I don't know yet. I haven't decided on a track plan. I need to get all this up, lay something down, just physically lay it down, look at it and think that will do, and then we'll build the process. So I'll talk you through that now. So that's 2 projects. The third one, excuse me, finally finished the little fuel carrying wagon, all ready to go now. I said finally finished, I haven't put transfers on yet, that's all. So that's all ready to go, all painted white, looks quite convincing, so happy with that. So what we'll do now, I'll take you through this mammoth task, because it will be a mammoth task, and then we'll run some trains for between 10 and 11 PM. I think there's 5 or 6 trains, and for a change, some up, some down. Yeah. Take it from there, guys. Okay. Right. This is the fiddle yard as it is now. These are the trains that you'll be seeing shortly. So it's about, I don't know, 15 foot of dead space. Trains sit there for a few days and then they come off. You know, sometimes they're off. Well, it's obviously off the same day some days, but obviously I'm not in here every day. So the idea is this. It's going to probably come out maybe a foot or so to about here. Hard to distinguish on the camera. And then there will be a steam depot at this end. This is a building I'm scratch built. Got to be 15 years, 18 years ago, something like that. This used to don the exhibition layout we've got Bermuda Road, MPD. I'm getting a bit too old to be humping exhibition layouts around. It's quite big, it's 12 foot by 8 foot, so it takes its toll. So a steam shed up this end, and through the centre there'll be, it's all in the head at the moment, I don't really know. Maybe a small station. So it's sort of, if anyone remembers Lostock Hall, so there's a station, a small station right next to a reasonable sized depot. So that's the sort of philosophy of it. And then at the other end of the fiddle yard, now this is a big if I think about it, this is a diesel depot I scratch built for Bermuda Road. So this will go at this end. So in between there's obviously going to be fueling points here somewhere, and then down here there'll be a coal stage, the station, possibly an island platform there. But the biggest problem, as I see it, is this wall. This wall here is the corner of the garage. And the garage has a reinforced concrete roof on it. It's double brick, so it's pretty structural. It's okay knocking a hole in for a few bits of track to go through. It's okay knocking a hole in to gain access and put a lintel across the top. But taking the corner out, it's not impossible, but do I want to do it? That's the question. I don't have a problem doing it, it's whether I can put up with the mess, because even knocking that hole out there, the wood surrounders, the mess that created, the dust is unbelievable, and here's me thinking of taking out 2 square yards of brickwork. There'll have to be a support in the corner to hold the top up. I doubt it would even sag, but safety first and all that. So that's the plan. Now when you come around here, you're gaining another 7 or 8 foot, because this is where it runs into the fiddle yard to go back through the main station. So it runs through from the rail weave den, as I call it, and into what is the garage essentially, where I do all the workshop stuff. So I'm going to gain 5 or 6 foot before the curve. It takes me back into Dent Station. But the idea is this area here. Yeah, sorry, the other idea is this area here will just become a fiddle yard. So I can be able to load trains up there without any scenery and stuff like that. So it's all pie in the sky. So that's what's taking all the deliberation at the moment. So it's a case of watch this space, I suppose. So if and when I do decide, I'll obviously let everyone know. It'll be on YouTube and on RM Web under Dent Station. So I'll give you a close-up of the fuel carrying tank. Now it's all painted up. Quite nice. A little bit of powders over it shortly to take the sheen off it. Yeah, quite pleased with that. So we'll get on and show you the Conflats project. So this is the Conflat L wagon. It said Conflat A, that's new transfers for that. I'll get them made by, forgot the name of them now, it'll come to me. So, you've got to try and make these containers look as though they're not just sitting there for the sake of it. So what I've done is I've made this fret, which gives you the 6 turnbuckles, and they're all attached to a base rail. So this was just applied the other day, to be honest. So it's not finished yet. These have all got to be blended in. They've had some brass black put over it to just age the metal. Getting the light on it the right way now. I don't know if you can see the angle they sit at very clearly. There we go, that's a bit better. So they're quite effective. Far easier to do 6 at the same time than individually. So this is the etch sheet which I had. I drew the design up, and this shop in London has done a few things for me over the years. 4D Model Shop. Ian and Matthew down there, very good, very accommodating. Nothing's too much trouble for them, they'll do what they want for you. Well, the missing one's obviously the one I've fitted. Just zoom in a bit closer to that. There you can see quite finely detailed, and the bar at the bottom holds everything together, and the tabs at the top, you just cut them to size. Once it's the bottom's fitted onto the wagon, you trim them off to the desired position. And just a bit of, I've tried super glue at the moment to see how that holds. If that doesn't prove successful, we'll try, I don't really want to go to down the road of Araldite, it's a bit too long-winded. We'll try some Yoo-Hoo or something like that, but the super glue seems to be holding, the gel type. Okay guys, so that's those projects. 4D Model Shop are doing, well, they've drawn up something for me now. Some detailing stuff again, so we'll see what happens with that. That's a bit of a long-term project with all this going on now with the layout. I'm hoping to make these available in sheets of 6 frets, so we'll do 3 wagons. That'll be the next thing you might hear about that. on the web at some point in the near future. Okay, so we'll get on with some timetable running. I think I've covered everything, I hope so. Okay, time for trains. So this is the 1405 from Cricklewood, returning to Appleby with empty milk tanks. Black 5, 44666 at the head. So this is the X1805 from Birmingham New Street to Glasgow Express. Followed by my second favourite Jubilee, 45562 Alberta. The next train is an up class 5 goods, X2115 from Carlisle, and it's going to Sturton in Leeds. Passes through Dent at 22:25. You'll notice 2 con-flat wagons with 3L containers on. Those are the ones that are done by hand. Took me hours. This is the X2130 class 3 parcels from Carlisle to Sheffield. And it has Britannia Pacific, Ford 70046 Anzac in charge. This is a cattle working. So the X1810 from Water Orton near Birmingham, the Glasgow College Yard, passes Dent 2240. And hauling the train is Black 5 again, it's 45157 Glasgow Highlander. This is going to be the last train of the session and the last train for some time due to what I've explained earlier on. It's not the best of things to watch at the end, but there you go. A mere mundane parcels train. It's the X1900 from Bradford, heading for Carlisle. Passes 2250. And it's booked for the class 4, and it's a class 4 at the head. 43 Ivet 260 43096. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. This is the last train, the last sequence. Hope you've enjoyed the timetable so far. The timetable won't change, it will be carried on as normal once the alterations are done. But because there'll be no main lines to run through, there'll be a lengthy delay in returning services, a bit like Network Rail. I'll keep you in touch with everything I'm up to, and hope you can tune in and have a watch. So the first job later on today is to clear all this lot. This will all have to be cleared away and decide about the wall, what's happening to this wall. So a few big decisions to make, but I think in the end it'll prove more interesting to have some shunting moves and, you know, engine shed. I love an engine shed. I spent so many hours going around engine sheds in the youth, right up to the 1980s almost. So I've got a real passion for local sheds, and I worked in one as well, didn't I, Totem? So yeah, good old days. Not like today, you can't go anywhere today. Feel sorry for the youngsters coming through into the hobby. Never ever experienced what those old fogies did. Anyway guys, that's it for now. We shall reconvene at a later date. Bye now. Bye.